Burnout?
Yeah.
Burnout. What's up, guys? Brand 5 Garage. Last video, I barely got the Cadillac running. So, let's spend all my money on air ride. At least it'll be low. As you probably saw in the thumbnail picture, I purchased an air ride kit. I will walk you guys through with what I got. I've never done this before, so you're gonna learn with me. And I'm gonna learn with you, and you don't have to spend money, but I spent all my money. So just subscribe, that's all I ask, thanks. Okay, here we go. Having some camera issues. Apparently when you drop your iPhone too many times, it stops working. So this kit is from Twisted Images. I'll have a link to their website in my description. These guys were super cool. Phil reached out, I talked to him on the phone about what I wanted. Here it is. So there's our tank to hold the air. That's the compressor still in the plastic to pump the air. We got the bags. They're kind of spread out for the picture I took. Some of the bags and some of the stuff is through Slam Specialties. I think they work with each other, and then Twisted Images puts the package together, and I think they make these brackets and stuff. So these will go in, they bolt to the top of these guys. Well, the other side, because that's the wrong side. They go in the spring pocket, and then you have this much travel, I believe. I'm learning, I don't know. Tell me if I'm wrong. So these are the rears, upper. These are the shorter ones, and then these are the front uppers. They tuck right in that spring pocket, and then they hold everything. So that's what we got. Let's get after it. Never done this before, like I said, so you're gonna learn with me. First things first, I think we're gonna pop the front suspension off. We'll do the front bags first. Maybe we'll do the rear bags first. I don't know yet. I have not decided. So I'm just gonna put it on jack stands and get to getting it, I guess. Be careful when you pull the springs out, because that would hurt. So yeah. Another thing, second, I bought air ride instead of buying wheels. So I guess I'll rattle can them when I rattle can everything else. The tires are smoked, but we got to use them for burnouts. So I'll just pull them off. We'll get after it. Here we go. All right, guys, so far I've made some progress on this thing. I also am using my new camera, which is kind of cool. These GoPros are nice. They're real nice. Show you guys what I've done. Sorry, it's kind of dark out here. Whatever, who cares? So what I've done is we have removed the spindle with the drum brake still attached, because I'd like to do a disc conversion, but I don't, I can't, money-wise. So they're like expensive. So these lower control arms on these are definitely different than anything I've worked on. They're almost like just a singular, there's not there's 2 points on this, but they're really close. It's not spread out like a typical AR. So I did that. I took that apart, popped off the sway bar. There's a like a stability bar thing right here you can see, and that connects this way, and I think that's kind of the twisty twist point. I don't know if, I think I need to put that on because this seems kind of flimsy both ways. I have, however, temporarily inserted the bag to see what it's going to look like, so it's sitting there. Where this hole is right here, you can see there's a pedestal that I have to weld in, and I can't reach it right now. So I'll weld that to the bottom. I got to shave that down a little bit to get another inch of drop. Weld that that little pedestal to it, and then that's done, and then I can start reassembly. Trimming this out, however, was kind of a pain, and I think I need to do a little more, because once that bag compresses, you really don't want it rubbing on metal, especially sharp metal. So that's the first thing I'm doing right now, is get under that and try to make it a little better. So here we go. I like this camera. It makes this car look shiny. It's not shiny whatsoever, but it tries. It tries. All right, I've been guilty of forgetting to record things, which is really counterproductive when you have a YouTube channel building cars. So I'm going to show you real quick what I've done. So I've welded this bottom pedestal. That's the lower control arm. They're kind of funky looking from what I'm used to, being like a square body guy. So I've welded that to there. So that's where the bottom of the airbag is going to sit. It looks like that's going to go where those bolt. There's 3 holes. I had to trim out the pocket just a little bit to be able to fit a bolt up in there. So once that's cooled off, I'll weld the top half, and then that thing is not going anywhere. And then I'll throw a can of, maybe not a whole can, but some spray paint on there. I will take you guys over here real quick. My shop is just a disaster. So this is one of the upper spring pockets. I've got primer on it right now. I think I'm gonna flip it over. It's maybe a little wet still because it's cold out here, but it is just primer, and you don't see this. I just painted it to protect it, so that's the goal. However, if you want to see how I did this, I will do a full tutorial on the other side. I think I'm doing it right. There's directions for most everything, which is super cool. Helps out a ton. But I like to weld things on the wrong direction and then be stuck with them that way. So hopefully this works. I'm hoping. Fingers are crossed. If it's wrong, it's wrong. I'm an idiot. It is what it is. So I am going to continue doing this on this side to get it right. And then I'll show you guys, I'll walk you through it, how I did on the other side. And that'll be the whole pretty much tutorial on how to put a bag on the front of your car. That's kind of a demo car, but it's really cool. So, all right, here we go. Okay guys, so I said I would do a tutorial on this side. I got the other side done. It goes up and down, I tested it. We'll do the whole front when we get done here. I'll walk you guys through the process. It's really pretty simple. Obviously, first off, we got to pull the wheel off. That's, if you can bag a car without pulling the wheel off, I'm gonna be real impressed. So obviously you can't. A tiny human's gonna help. Don't mind the mess. I'm trying to organize, okay? Jeez, chillax. All right, so I'll pull the wheel off. We got to separate the spindle from the upper and lower control arms, and then sway bar is already disconnected. Pull that off. We got to set the big drum brake on something so it doesn't dangle, or zip tie it up or something. And then I got to pull the lower control arm. Also the spring. The spring's a little sketchy. Get after it. Okay, I apologize for the lighting, guys. I got to go find my fancy light that I think is broken. Anyways, so pulling the wheel and tire off, which is ideal. I can't get this to turn because, well, I guess it's stuck for now. So I have to pull this off, which if you can't see, try to get some light in there at another time. That is the outer tie rod end. And then I had to get a new one for the other side because I had to try to knock this out and it was not coming out. Then you got to do, what I got is a jack under the lower control arm, and then undo that with the cottering pin. The other side didn't have one, it had like a lock nut, so I think those have been changed. And then I got to do this one. You guys can watch along. My tiny assistant is wanting to see mom. Hey, do you want to see mom?
Yeah.
Can you say hi?
Hi.
So my good lights both broke. So now I'm just gonna have to do is shine my light on it. So the light is from my cell phone, and I'm holding my GoPro. Okay, so this bolt up here, if you can see that has to come out. I can feel a cottering pin in there, and then there's one down here as well. And then there's never really a safe way to do this to get that spring out. You have to pop the shock out internally in there. And then I always put a jack under this lower control arm and then slowly lower it down to let it out. That's always been the safest way for me. And then obviously I stand as far away as I can. I don't want to wear a spring to the face. So that's what I'm going to plan on doing this go around. I do apologize for this lighting issue that just came about because, well, it's dark in my shop. It's light out, but on this side of the shop, I don't know. It's just not great. So I'm going to get that out off camera real quick, and then I'll explain to you guys what I did. I don't like doing the spring thing on camera because, well, it's very dangerous. So there could be some kind of flagging thing on YouTube. So I'm gonna bust that off real quick, and then I'll show you guys what I did. I'll get everything pinned up and explain it, and then we'll go from there. All right, so you watched me do some sanding there in time lapse. I'll kind of explain this to you, how this goes. As far as I know, I think I'm doing it right. I could be doing it 100% wrong, but the one side went together okay, so I'll just repeat that. So, as you can tell here, I ground this down, I ground it down on the back side too. These are the lower plates. The only issue that I have is those holes don't really line up, so I've been grinding just a little bit off of here before I weld. So this welds to this, that's the lower plate. Then this guy, those 3 holes right there in the bottom of the bag, boom, attached to that. This right here, I'll pull this tab up. So this is obviously to keep gunk out of the bag. So there's that. So if you remember, those 2 holes and then the big hole, that's where the air goes in. These are the mounting holes for the screws, for the bolts. So this will go up here. Obviously that big hole, I've painted this top cup. Big hole there will go where the air comes through, and then you kind of get, just depending on the bags, you get those 2 holes right there. And then you get a piece of all thread that goes into this nut that's welded inside the bag. Super cool design. Screw that bad boy in, and voila, that's how the bag mounts in the car. So go through the shock tower hole. You'll have a washer that has since fallen down here. But that goes up inside the spring cup, which I'll have to cut out, and bolts on. And the other side so far is doing good. I've ran the thing up and down about 5-6 times. It's done great. So we'll get this one on. Obviously, I'll paint that lower control arm. We'll have the front side of this thing bagged. And I think the rear might be a little easier, or it's all at once. So it could be easy. So I'm going to bust this out real quick, and I'll show you guys when I get done. All right, guys. It's kind of hard to see here because of all my junk out here. But the front of the Caddy is officially on bags. I just got to run the lines to the trunk and get it, let me just show you. I like it. Wham. All right, I don't know if you guys can tell. I'll try to roll it out maybe tomorrow. You can tell this thing is sitting on the ground. The frame's on the ground. Well, maybe not the frame. The back's still up in the air, but the front's nice and low. All right, if you guys follow my, well, if you're watching this, you probably subscribed. My short the other day, well, I had a little intruder here on the old Cadillac. I was peeling off the old cardboard around the trunk that I planned on keeping, but it's just gross. So I was peeling it off. I'll show you what I found. Yep, that's about a 190-year-old bee's nest right there. I didn't know if it was live when I pulled it off, and it kind of stuck to that, if you can see that. And then it's ancient, but it scared me. It scared me terribly. Well, I'm almost done with the back, so I'm going to keep going on this, and then I'll show you guys how low it is when I'm done, because I'm like probably an hour from finishing. So I say that, and then it'll be 3, but I'll get it busted out, and then I'll show you guys the progress, show you guys what I did. Hey guys, as much as I would have liked to have done a walk around of the vehicle, it's dark outside and I need to get this video out because I haven't posted in a long time. So as you can tell, the car is slammed way too low, which is awesome. Once I air the bags up, it gets real high. I'll show you guys that in another video. Everything went well on it, good as it could have. I don't have the wiring done yet, so it doesn't function on its own, but I can run air to the lines and get it to go up and down. So it's doing what it should. You can tell my hair's a little longer. It's been really long and cut once since I filmed the Cadillac video. I have 2 kids now, so obviously they take precedence over everything. My family's all that matters. So I'm trying to push a video out now every 2 weeks. I'm going to do my best to do that. It's a lot of work getting a video out and the money to build stuff. I'm not going anywhere. I know it's been like 6, maybe 9, maybe 10 months since I posted anything but shorts. So I just want to let you guys know I'm going to try to be more consistent. I love building cars, love working on stuff. My 3-year-old is now interested in helping dad build stuff, so that's cool. The Cadillac is the Cadillac. I'll show you real quick. It's sitting in my driveway on jack stands. See, there it is on jack stands. Not low, but I promise it's bagged. I promise. You guys will see it. But it's pretty much there. Just a couple things button up, and I can drive it. You guys will see that on a video when I do finish it and when I do drive it. I'll have this terrible issue of racing. Man, I'll just show you that. It's real expensive. It's an INX Legend car. I think I posted a video about it. We're racing now. So it's middle of race season. The car's fast. I mean, it's not that fast because I'm slow, but it's funner than all get out. So I haven't really videoed anything or filmed anything because I've been working on this in my tiny bit of spare time I get. And I've been going on family trips with this. So projects have kind of been put by the wayside. As you can tell, I've got a bunch of weird just messes and room going on in here. I need to work on that. Anyways, I have a project in mind. I have 2 projects coming up. One might be like a 3-episode, 4-episode thing. And then the other one be like a budget build on a pickup. So all I ask is that you subscribe, stay tuned, don't give up on me. I'm trying, man. I'm trying. If I could do this full time, I wouldn't have to worry about it. the camera makes my 5 look backwards. It's not backwards, I promise. With all that being said, all jokes aside, I really do appreciate all the positive comments, negative comments, because they're comments. Whatever you guys ask me, I'll try my best to answer. Just subscribe. That's all I ask. Thanks. Brand 5 Garage. Hopefully another video in 2 weeks. We'll see. Probably not. Stay tuned.
Hey kid, don't ever let them